Hello, everybody. Excited Utterance here. My name's Hella. It's a bit of a different topic today. Today, we're talking about Scott Peterson. And I know the title today probably is a bit controversial, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, don't you? So, Scott Peterson is innocent. Changed my mind. And I'm not that weirdo who hangs around out the front of the White House with the microphone and goes, change my mind. You know, also, you got to do what you got to do to get people's attention, don't you? Oh, well. Hello, everybody. Who was that? Okay, fine. Come in. Come in. Oh, stop it. Stop playing around.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were in like solo layout, so I could just like be in there when you went to 2.
You can be here. It's fine.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Hello, Dali. First, I'll say hello to you. Hi.
I can be in here. Change my mind.
You can be here. Fine. All right, let's say hello to people. So, Nisha, you're excited about this one. Cool. Great success. Free Scott Peterson. Justice for Scott Peterson. Look, okay. Whilst the name of this stream is Scott Peterson is innocent, change my mind. I'm all the way over here, right? I wasn't there. I don't know, right? Hello, Ariel. Jump scare. What's that mean? What's that mean?
When I popped in for a second and
I
came out.
Yeah, I'm a bit jumpy. Have you noticed? I'm just like, if I see like pew pews going off and stuff, I'm like, like that. But I'm Australian. I'm not used to it. Okay, hey, enough of that. How's it going? Good to see you.
Hey.
Now, hello, Melissa Simmock. Good to see you too. And Murphy Turpy, hello. And also, what was it? Murph also said, she also said that she's so excited about this one. Great. Good.
It's
and
interesting.
Pip is here too. Yes, and now Obscure Destinations, you asked a question, and so good to have you here as well. Innocent of what? He killed his wife, but is there a new charge? Now, this is why I really want to bring this up, because there are, like, this is an old case. It started, 2003?
2-ish. I was 12, 13 at the time.
Yep, and then he was sentenced in 2005. So this has been a long time simmering, and people have very set views about this. So and most people, like 99% of people, are like, yep, he's guilty, 100%. That's it.
Why bother?
Yeah, and that's fine, right? And as you know, I am completely open and chat. I encourage all opinions, everybody to come into chat and just be really kind to one another, and
respectful debate.
100%, right? So my point of view is, I was not at the trial. I don't know anything about this, and he is his case has now been picked up by the LA Innocence Project, and they are before the courts in LA now, and that he had a hearing the other day for a retrial based on new evidence. So the new evidence is DNA evidence to be tested, which was never tested before, based on potential new suspects. So that said, I think he's absolutely guilty of being a crappy husband. From what I've seen, yeah, I think he's definitely guilty of being a crappy husband. Hey, David, how are you? Let him out. I don't know, right? I don't know.
You don't know.
But hello, Christine, and hello, great success. Yeah.
Okay. And we do have the transcripts of the trial.
Okay, so transcripts of a trial, and I, of course, there's always transcripts of a trial. you can't tell as much from transcripts of a trial as
Yes.
you can from actually seeing it.
You can't see the person. Are they angry? Are they agitated as they testify?
Yeah.
It's just a dull. You don't know the emotions.
And hello, Ron Joseph on Facebook. Hello, I don't know you, and welcome to chat. The new evidence is his cheating butt wanted some strange, fell in love
with it, and offed his wife.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about the girlfriend that he had at the time. So that
Amber.
would be Amber Fry. And yeah, we're going to have a bit of a look into that today. And we know about that, and that would make him a cheating husband.
Yes.
So again, I'm brand new to this and I'm open to everything. So I'm looking at this from the perspective of a new juror who has never seen the case before. And I wasn't there for the original trial. I don't think any of us were there for the original trial. We weren't in the room, unless there's somebody coming into the chat today who was actually in the room for the original trial. And I'd love to meet someone who was in the room for the original trial. It wasn't televised, so I don't think anyone got to see it gavel to gavel.
Unless they were there.
So therefore,
the
innocent till proven guilty. Okay, so on this channel, we do a lot of watching of trials from gavel to gavel. And when we do that, we always look at the defendant as being absolutely innocent until we're convinced beyond reasonable doubt that that person is guilty. That doesn't mean that we can't have thoughts about that person as to whether they are a good person, whether they're a good husband, whether they display all sorts of tendencies towards being just nasty, right? They can be nasty, but whether or not all of the evidence that's put forth by the state is enough to prove that they did that crime, that's what we need to be convinced of. So, are we doing a trial reenactment with transcript? Not today.
No, not today. I mean, I have thought about it. We have thought about it. It's just I don't know how well it would come off.
Yeah. Oh, Ron's asleep. Oh no, we need to wake Ron up. I love you and your husband, the way you guys actually watch the live. It's so nice of you guys, because you guys are off traveling. Okay, and Cece, hi to see you. I tried to find the trial to watch, but I couldn't. At least we have a transcript. Yeah, I know. I've been asking all over the place because people keep saying, oh, I watched the trial. And I'm like, did you? Because there's no cameras in the courtroom. And the answers that I keep getting are, oh, no, I watched bits of reenactments and things on documentaries, or I watched the documentaries. And I respect that people have looked into it, but a documentary is not the trial, right? Documentaries tend to have lots of hearsay, and I have a show called Hearsay, and my name is a hearsay exception. So there's lots of hearsay. There's lots of like dramatic music and things to get you really into the mood and make you feel like, oh, he's guilty. Yeah. So they can be a little bit prejudicial, let's say. All right. Can Salvador play the unalive wife? David, do you want to join us?
Seriously.
You're welcome to join us. This is going to be fun. All right. Hello, Vodka Blood. I'm an effing idiot. Aww. I was waiting in the wrong live.
David.
Okay. All right. So first, we're just going to do a little bit of a look at the and I always call these the top. What do you call it? The top level points of the case, and because I'm only just learning about this myself, right? And then what I wanted to have a bit of a look at is the hearing from the other day, because he just appeared in court over Zoom, but he just appeared in court just the other day, right? And this is obviously top level hashtag, top level points, just to get people familiar with the case. And guys, if you know more, it's cool. Chuck your thoughts in chat. Tell us a little bit more about the case. Let's all learn together. And if you didn't know, his case has been picked up by what's called the LA Innocence Project. And there's been a lot of talk about it's not the real Innocence Project, it's the LA Innocence Project. And the Innocence Project has all of these exonerations behind them, and they're very well known and respected. But the LA Innocence Project is just, it's nothing compared to the real Innocence Project. Whatever, guys. The LA Innocence Project is footing the bills for all his legal fees, and they're behind him. They think there's something in it. So I'm sure there's lots of people sitting in prison who'd really, really like to have somebody, body like that helping them out. You're going down the Hales rabbit hole. Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I'd rather do this. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, David in chat versus David on stream is quite different, just so you know.
Yeah, David in chat is quite different.
Yes, he is a troll.
Okay, so.
Did they? Really? Wow.
What's this?
LA Innocence Project freed an innocent man that was in prison
for they have
years.
one, I think it's one exoneration behind them. At least
better
one.
Than none.
Better than none. Better than none. So
yeah, they don't want anything to do with it. But look, there's nothing wrong with looking into a case to make sure that the trial was, that justice was done.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, Bronze, how are you? How are you? Okay, so Scott Peterson was convicted in 2004. Oh, sorry, I need to put layout. Also, I'm silly. There we go. There we go. So, Scott Peterson.
What a cute couple.
Aren't they cute? Yeah, they certainly were. Well, hang on, let's go back. Why would I say Scott Peterson is innocent? Why? Why would I say it? Smack me. Actually, don't. No.
That's why her sex life is so bland. I'm kidding.
Hey, stop it. Ron Joseph, please don't judge all of Levi County by just Otter Creek. Okay, was Rosewood. There is a serious history here. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Are you from there, are you? Ron Joseph?
I think they are in Florida.
Levi County, Florida, by just Otter Creek. No, he meant Levi County. Are you from there, Ron? Are you? That's interesting. No, I like the otters. The otters are really cute. It's just that Hale guy. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah. Nothing more to say about that. So, why would I say Scott Peterson is innocent? Hey! David finally became a member!
Aw.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Alrighty. Yes, awesome. So, David joined. He's one
Join
of
us.
One of us. Stal, stop gifting your membership. About time. You are one of
You are already a member.
You're already a member of Sal's. Okay, let's keep going.
Anyways, yeah, carry on.
Yeah.
I got a bedtime to get to. Let's finish. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
I'm kidding.
Okay, we're well past Sal's bedtime already.
No.
Yes, we are. Okay, so why would I say Scott Peterson is innocent? And this is why. Okay. Well, this is not why. But why would I say it? I've told you guys already. It's because I'm looking at this as a potential juror. That's why. And everyone is innocent until proven guilty if you're a juror walking in off the street. That's why. Okay. So he was convicted in 2004 for the murder of his pregnant wife, Lacey Peterson, and their unborn son, Connor. So she was pregnant. She was actually due in February. So it was Christmas time. It was 24th when she went missing. Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Obscure Destinations Outdoors. I really appreciate you. You're awesome. Thank you for becoming a member. Memberships are what keep this channel going. I'll just say that right now. I don't make
nothing really off the ad. I really make nothing off ad revenue.
Yeah.
And nothing. So super chats a bit, but memberships, that's what does it. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Welcome.
And,
welcome to the family.
Yes,
And
I think Discord.
yes, go and join the Discord. Like 80% of our members haven't gone and joined the Discord. So go over to the membership tab, go to the perks, and then there's a link to go and join the Discord. It's lots of fun. Thank you. All right, so let's keep going. Now, she went missing on Christmas Eve 2002, right? 2002. And later, her body and the fetus washed ashore it was 4 months later, actually, near San Francisco Bay. So if you know the area, oh, thank you, Vodka Blood. If you know the area, then you'll know that because they were in Medisto. So it was not too far away. Thank you, Vodka Blood. 5 memberships. Awesome. You're a legend too. Thank you so much. And Pie is here. Hi. Who are the people who got the memberships? Can you read them out, please, Dali? Can you see?
Yes, I can see. Vodka Blood was gifted a membership by Vodka Blood. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad, actually, Great success. Heather Musher, Toodly Pip, and Pixie, 78.
That's fantastic. Off you guys go and join the Discord, please. Well, you don't have to do it right now, but please join and join the fun. By the way, I'm going to be putting tons of stuff into the Scott Peterson channel folder, whatever it's called, in the Discord because it's an old case. There's so much stuff to discover, like discovery about this case. He always has to run and do something because the cats are breaking things. Yeah, so I'm going to be putting lots of stuff in there. Today is just going to scrape the surface of this, right? So there's so much information about this case, and I'm digging it all up. I like to get onto Reddit and I like to get onto the Facebook groups and all those sorts of things in order to just deep dive these cases. So I will be, whatever I find, I'll be putting it onto the Discord. Okay. So yeah, it was 4 months later that her remains and the fetus, unfortunately, they were found washed up on the shore. Okay. Now, Peterson became a prime suspect due to inconsistencies in his alibi and behavior. Now, the behavior, that's important. So people would say things like Scott wasn't upset enough, right? And that he had different theories on Lacey's fate. This is one of the detectives said it was Scott Peterson's story and unusual behavior that led police to seek search warrants for his home and warehouse, where he stored the boat prosecutors allege he used to dispose of his wife's body. Right. So here's the thing, right? On the day that she disappeared, that's funny, Ron Joseph. Going fishing, you'll have fun. Tony Obscure, and I enjoy your channel. Oh, thank you. You're going fishing, are you? Well, that's interesting because he said he was going fishing, but he also said he was going to play golf. Right. So interesting. So it was on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve. He told some people that he was going fishing, as in family members, other family members. He said, sorry, not fishing. He was going to play golf all day, right? And then but he actually went fishing, and that's what he told people later, that he went fishing all day, right? So he told the police, he told the press, yes, I went fishing all day, right? But he told somebody else, who we'll get to in a minute, that he was doing other things that day. So there was a bunch of different stories as to what he was doing that day. But the official story in the end was that he went fishing. That was the testimony. And if you are going fishing, Ron Joseph, catch a big one for me. kiss the fish. That's what we do here in Australia. You get the fish, you kiss it, and you chuck it back. I don't know why. Oh, it's because
You don't eat
the fish. If it's a good one, you eat it, but generally you kiss them and you throw them back because
kiss
then
them?
they're. Yeah, it's just a traditional thing. I don't know why.
It's a little weird.
Yeah. Laura, vouch for me on that one. Unbronzed. It's a real
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
So you make out with the fish?
You don't make out with it. You just give it a little peck.
What about, is there tongue?
No. Gross.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean,
No.
that is a little weird.
No, we're not Ricada. Hey, Josie. Yeah, she has a great smile. She really was pretty, Lacey. She really was pretty. And hey, Snibbles. How's it going? Cool. All right. Okay. So he went fishing. And apparently her plan for the day was to bake all day because it was Christmas the next day. Do a little bit of cleaning around the house. But she was quite pregnant, right? So she wouldn't have wanted to go like, on a boat or anything like that all day. That's what he said anyway. Okay. But his unusual behavior, he wasn't upset enough. He wasn't upset enough. Do you remember people who weren't upset enough? Do you remember how ages ago, like I did a stream about Lindy Chamberlain, a dingo ate my baby. Remember her?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she wasn't upset enough either.
No. Mark
about
Jensen
it.
wasn't upset enough either.
Yeah. But she really didn't have anything to do with her baby's disappearance. A dingo really did eat her baby. Dingo really did. Yeah. Hey, J-Rock, how's it going? Hey, number 2. You identify as a fish? Catch fish. Shut up. Sea Swept is here. Hello. Hello. Alrighty, let's keep going. Hey, Sea Swept, your name is a little bit unfortunate in relation to this case. Okay. Peterson became a prime suspect due to inconsistencies in his behavior. Let's have just a little tiny bit of a look at his demeanor. After this is a month or so after her disappearance, and he was doing media, right? As you do when your loved one has gone missing. So I'll just share this tab instead and go, and I'll turn up the volume.
His wife.
He
Oh
is.
no!
He
Oh look, that's
has,
Nancy Grace.
and he is
Hang
with
on.
friends.
Scott,
Go back.
tonight, I would imagine he would be out begging the viewers to help in the search for his wife.
He is, and he has, and he is with friends this evening that have been searching all day.
There is a lot of questions on why I have not been in the media. Media will put, I believe, the emotional stuff out there for a couple days, and then the story will get dropped for something else. It was our thoughts that if I was to hold back from the media would continue to come because, frankly, cameras, reporters, they want something they can't get right away.
He's got a point there.
Keeping the media coming back for us.
He's as smooth as they get. He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good point. Like, I'm just saying, like, if he's out there begging the media for help, crying, they'll be all over it, and then 2-3 days later they're done. They move on to the next thing. But if he's withdrawn in the back, there's going to be eyes on this. Now we see how it worked out for him, but he has a good point in that clearly the media kept paying attention to this case for a very long time. His plan worked. I mean, I can't argue with results.
Not in his favor, but sure. Okay. I'll see if I can get away with just playing a little bit more of this. Hang on, let's see.
Oh, I think we
He
talked.
seems authentic.
His eyes are creepy.
So many people say, Christmas
The
Eve,
interviewers.
you have a very pregnant wife, and you decide to go fishing?
My day was open to either play golf or go fishing. I chose fishing that day, which is,
Well, I'm not
choice I
pregnant.
made, and I obviously regret now. I could just decided to stay home, this would not have happened.
He was nervous. He was under the spotlight. He was being questioned, and he hid a terrible secret.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk about the terrible secret in a minute. So,
David.
Okay. So, hang on. All right, this is the terrible secret. It wasn't the unaliving, it was this. So, yeah, what's with that, Ariel? Can we go back? He decided to
Well,
take
first,
out the water.
it was a
Yeah.
new boat.
Yeah.
If it was a new boat, yeah, I could get that. Get a new toy. But Ariel, shaking my head, men can never just go fishing without being hassled about it.
I don't understand what the confusion is about this. Like that particular part of it, there's lots of things to question him about. Trust me, they're coming, right? But the thing about, oh, you choose to go fishing on Christmas Eve?
When you're trust,
Why? Why? What? How terrible!
I don't
Like,
do
that
anything on
part-
Christmas Eve. Like
That part is like not questionable to me at all. It's
he
like,
has a hobby,
so?
and if he has a new boat, especially, then yeah, I'm gonna want to be playing with my new toy.
Yeah, why not? And great success. No, the lady in the
No, that's
in his arms is not
Amber.
the victim. Yeah,
Amber
we'll
Heard.
talk about her now. No, not Amber Heard. No, not Amber Heard. Okay, so the trial garnered significant media attention. Here we go. Presenting circumstantial evidence, including Peterson's affair and financial motives. She's the affair. Okay, and it wasn't his first one either. Like he's been known to be a little bit of a playboy, right? So he's never really been quite what do you call it? Faithful. But at the time, this was the lady that he was seeing, and he had told her. Her name's Amber Fry, by the way. He had told her that
Wait,
he
she's
was
Moe's bitch.
What?
Moe's dog is a female named
Oh,
Fry.
Fry. Okay, so he had told her he was a widower, and this was going to be his first Christmas without his wife. Ooh.
Well, okay. As far as things to say,
Yeah. So he said he was single because he's a widower, and it's going to be his first Christmas without his wife. Oh, that's bad. Okay, and he's like brazenly taking photos with this chick. There he is at a Christmas party with her, right? So look at him. He's like so happy and proud to be dating this chick,
get a
and
little action there.
yeah, right.
Oh, look,
So,
my forearm is touching your breast. Ha ha ha.
yeah, so she really was what do you call it? Like she was led astray by him. And when she found out about all this, she was not happy. Not a happy chappy
What if
at
she
all.
did it after all?
So guess what she did? Guess what she did? Once she heard about the wife going missing, she did a press conference. Right? She did a press conference. So in a press conference 1 month after Lacey Peterson went missing, Scott's mistress, Amber Fry, revealed her affair with Scott Peterson. So she went public about it. Now, remember, at this point in time, Scott Peterson not been arrested, right? So pretty sure the cops had their eye on him, but not arrested. Yep. So what she did was she was like, look at the look on her face. Look at that look. Right? That could just melt ice, that look right there. Yeah? That's a woman scorned. Yeah. And she said she decided, and look at the dude, he's scared. He's like, I'm gonna get out of the way. And yeah, she was terrified too. Murph, yeah, you're right. Terrified. Ah,
I found a photo from 6 years ago. She looks pretty good, actually. But
really.
yeah,
Oh, hey, Farm Girl Mom. Good to see you. Late as usual, but excited to hear Ews and Dolly's opinions on this. I have my opinion. Cool. Let us know. So, Farm Girl Mom, just so you're aware, I'm holding my opinion until I know more about this, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, the reason for that title there, Scott Peterson is innocent, changed my mind, is because I'm going into this as if I am a juror going into his new trial, right? So everyone is innocent until proven guilty, right? And he may very well have a new trial. Even I doubt it would be this year, but it could be soon, right? If you saw that there was a hearing this week, and we're going to have a look at that hearing shortly, it very well could be that he's going to get a retrial. Okay. You remember this press conference, Murph? Oh wow. I've got to get it. Next stream we have got to show it.
I was like 12 or 13 when this happened. I just remember like my dad watching Fox News every night. Well, I watched Fox a lot then too, but like every day Greta was there just talking about this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got to dig this up for the next stream. I've got to dig this up for the next stream. And by the way, yeah, we're going to keep doing this, guys. I'm not sure if that's going to be at this time or day. I need to work out the best time or day to do this stream.
Yeah, clearly it's got people interested. So
well, it's got people interested, and also like I want to follow how the appeal goes with the California court. So we're going to be covering all of the hearings, etc., and potentially the trial if it happens. But we'll be covering all the hearings, and along the way, we're going to be digging up everything that's happened with this previous case leading up to now. So today is just an intro, but I'll figure out like a weekly time schedule, because I also I want to make sure that it works with the West Coast. So that's why it's late for the East Coast at the moment. Okay, so trying to do that as well.
Bedtime.
Yeah, I know it's past.
I'm kidding. I'm not teasing you. I'm just.
Dali usually, is retired by this time of day.
Yes.
So it generally would probably be myself, maybe some other guests.
I'm a 69-year-old man, basically.
Yes, he's quite an old man. Old man. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to do that as well. Hello, so far. Not looking great for him. Yep, cool. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, as you know, I like to judge things based on more sort of physical evidence than just emotional kind of like he's a bad guy kind of stuff. So I really want to, if I were on the jury, I would want more than this so far. Cheating on your spouse does not make you a murderer. I've got to see more stuff. Yeah, Josie. Exactly. Lacey was definitely prettier. Oh. Okay. So, she did this press conference, and we're going to find it. If it's the last thing I do, we're going to find it and we'll show it. Righty. She said, I'm very sorry for Lacey's family and the pain that this has caused them. And I pray for her safe return as well. Oh, one other thing I found out is she worked with the cops and did undercover wiretap phone calls with him.
Oh, what a narc.
I know. We got to get those two.
If they are not public, I mean, I can do a records request. Talk with me about it. Carrie.
Yeah. I wonder if we can. Can you get records requests from that far back? I suppose you can. You did for Jensen.
Yeah, it's only 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's only 20 years ago.
It's California, a different state, but yeah.
Yeah,
I did Gypsy Nick Go to John today. So
now get this: Scott Peterson was found guilty by way of jury verdict and was sentenced to death in 2005. So he was on death row, and he was on death row for a really long time.
Oh, California.
Like really, really long time. And look at all the people so happy, guilty.
I'm alive. Stay.
Yay. What year? It was 2002, Christmas 2003 when her body was found, but 2005 when he was sentenced to death. Pre-Jody.
Yeah, like 7 years pre-Jody.
Yep. But
6 years.
but then after 2 appeals, Scott Peterson's death sentence was overturned by the California Supreme Court in 2020 after deciding that the original trial judge made a mistake when jurors were being picked for trial. Thank you, Murph. Murph, dropping the
Murph,
goods.
I was literally about to research that to see if Hella would want it for this stream.
Look.
And you
Murph
just are
is
like, oh, no, I'm this little encyclopedic ball of fire. I'm going to steal Sal's thunder and just go ahead and just do the stream
Murph
for
is
her.
so great.
I'm kidding, sweetie.
She's awesome.
Thank you. I knew it
Love
was
you,
out there,
Murph.
but
Murph with her little drops of goodies. She's
I
awesome.
know, she's amazing.
She is awesome.
She's
awesome.
amazing.
Yep. Hello, intellectual iconoclasm. It was always easier to pin it on him and suppress a likely serial team than to research the serial team seen across the street. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
And welcome to chat.
Yes.
Welcome to chat. Okay.
Yeah, it's complicated.
But that's a common theme, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's always easier to go after the person right in front of you than it is to investigate other leads.
It's seen
Zachariah
time
Anderson.
and time again. And
Yeah.
Franklin Tucker, and just prosecutors are lazy. They get a good suspect. Why look further? You got him.
Yeah, got him. All right, so these 2 guys, they're some other suspects. Not saying they did it, just suspects, right? So, but what are these new evidence and suspects? And we're talking about now this potential retrial, right? So, a burglary allegedly occurred near the Peterson home, actually across the road from the Peterson home on that day, on December 24th, 2002. And a burned out van was discovered with a mattress and blood. Right now, let's just backtrack a little bit. You know how he said that we think it was testified to that he went out and went on the boat all day. All right, so he left his wife at home and went out on the boat all day. Now, there are approximately 10 witnesses who say that they saw her out walking the dog, but that just got thrown out, right? People it was like they're not sure. Maybe it was her, maybe it wasn't her. They weren't sure that they saw her, so that kind of didn't fly, right? There wasn't a definite sighting of her, but the dog was seen on its own out in the street. Right, so the inference was that he let the dog out, and that was his way of making it look like she took the dog for a walk and she was abducted. Right, so the dog is out there on its own. Some people found the dog and returned the dog home, and that means that he set it up to make it look like she was abducted. Right? Okay. Fine, but then again, there was this burglary across the road. So something doesn't add up. Either that happened and he did actually stage it so that it looked like she'd been abducted, or maybe she was abducted, right? So the other potential theory is that these people were across the road and she went and tried to intervene and it didn't go well for her. Right? So that is what I believe that is what the defense is going to put forward, because the van, and I'll show you. This is the burned out van in question. Right, there's the van. And in it apparently was a mattress with some blood in it. And it's never been tested for her DNA. Now, the defense now want it to be tested.
They didn't at the time?
Well, okay. I don't think that this line of inquiry was ever
Fair.
looked into. That's the problem, right? So,
and DNA was still new back then.
I don't know if it was new or not, but
Well, I mean, OJ was in 95. That's like when the height of it, like it, or when the first of it started.
yeah.
I don't
So
know.
you know what it's like when there's like one person that they're looking at, and there's
Yeah.
like a whole other line of inquiry that just doesn't get looked at all, right? So I'm feeling that, and I'm new to this, guys. I'm just starting to go down this rabbit hole, right? But it looks to me like that's what's happened. And if anyone has any more information right now to share about this, that's cool. Let me know. Did they tie the van to the burglary across the street? Sorry if I missed that part. Apparently, but I'll find out more.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, burglary across the road is what gets me. Yes, he swept. From all accounts, that burglary, like, I haven't seen anything to refute the fact that there was a burglary across the road. It's this van part that gets me. It's like, how do we know for sure that the van had something to do with the burglary across the road? The defense must know something, right? For them to bring this van up and for them to be putting forth the mattress inside it to the court and going, this needs to be tested, this blood needs to be tested to see whether or not it's Lacey's or the fetal blood, is really important, right? So yeah, are you sure the van is new evidence? Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's new evidence, and they're putting it forward. So it's got to be that they've got to have some reason why this is coming up now. It's really interesting. It's really, really interesting, and this could be the reason for a retrial. And it's physical evidence, guys. It's not just like, oh, he's not sad enough or anything like that. This could actually be the thing. This could be the thing. Because you know what? There was never anything on the boat. There was never any evidence of her on that boat. There was one hair in a pair of pliers or something, or near a pair of pliers. That's not enough, is it? Right? So if you think about like the speck of blood, and not even speck, pinhead that was supposedly in Zachariah Anderson's van, well, that's debunked, right? So we've already had someone debunk that. And that's not enough. That's not enough for a whole person who is unalive to have actually been in someone's van. That's not enough, right? But for one lady's piece of hair to be in her husband's boat, that's not enough, is it? Really? Like, the absence of evidence, physical evidence, is enough to cast doubt. It's when a jury sees that there's a tiny piece of evidence, I think that they should be questioning where the rest of the evidence is, rather than just look at that tiny piece of evidence. They should be going, why is there only this teensy little piece? Why is there not tons? There should be tons, because a human body creates a lot of evidence. Yeah. Okay. So the hair and the pliers was enough for Nancy Grace. Of course it was enough for Nancy Grace. Anything's enough for Nancy Grace. Okay. So let's keep going. Yeah, right. So I want to have a look at the hearing from the other day. So let's swap this over. So it was just, what's this?
How the heck do they not test blood on a mattress across the street? Unless you were Kenosha PD. Or the PD of Franklin Tucker, which is...
All right, thank you. So the record should reflect Mr. Peterson has consented to appearing via Zoom. He is appearing electronically from Mule Creek State Prison. Okay, the court had requested counsel to be present this morning for a status conference.
Yep.
Just saying, he looks really, really, really good.
I think he does. Wait, hang on, just go back. Okay, so so many people on the Twitters and things and the YouTube comments are just going, oh, he looks so disgusting. Oh, gross.
No.
Like that.
No, he ages like Mark Jensen in prison.
Yeah.
He is I mean, I'm not saying like he's my kind of guy. Because no guy is my kind of guy. I'm just saying that this man is not aged. He's a handsome man.
Much.
Ella is willing to slide into his prison DMs. Clearly. So we see how good looking he is.
He's a little bit pale, honestly.
Well,
but
I mean, I'm
then,
sure
yeah,
you'd still like to go fishing with him. So
I think you would.
too soon?
Yeah, I think you would. Anyway,
Just saying, yeah. He's
look,
not aged.
it's just the thing about it is, with people just going on about how he looks so gross, etc. And it's just because they don't like him. When people don't like somebody, they're going to say things about them. That's it. Simple.
It drives
All
me
right, let's
crazy.
let's go. All right, so we're going to have a bit of a listen to this hearing
from Mule Creek State Prison. Okay, the court had requested counsel to be present.
Hang on, let's get those going.
This morning for a status conference. There are 3 motions pending before the court. Motion for post-conviction discovery under Penal Code Section 1054.9, a motion for post-conviction DNA testing, and a motion to seal court pleadings that have been filed in relation to those 2 motions. Because we had not yet had a hearing date set, the people's response had not yet been due, so I wanted to discuss with counsel a briefing schedule and scheduling a substantive hearing on those 3 motions. I also wanted to, there were references in the pleadings to potential meet and confer process between the parties to see if they had had any luck in narrowing the issues that the court may have to decide in terms of discovery and testing. So I wanted to check in with counsel, see where we are with that process, and then we'll move forward from there. So let me start with the moving party. Counsel for Mr. Peterson.
Yes, Your Honor. Go to the District Attorney's Office in Stanislaus County on February 13th to have a meet and confer.
Seriously, she really made that gross.
Unable to resolve any issues. I do have a letter memorializing the discussions that were had at the court. I'd like a copy, and I'd be happy to provide that. I sent it to
God, this woman doesn't know how to get a mic to her mouth.
Setting forth the issues we discussed and the impasses that we've
Okay,
had.
thank you. Counsel for the people.
Your Honor, we did have a meet and confer, and we are
Jesus, neither does she.
Our motion, our responsive motion, and
come on.
Well, we need the court's help with perhaps.
Do I have to give you directions?
Run that time. We have 90 days of service.
Wait, hold on just a second, Ms. Lotiger. We're getting a little bit of background. I'm going to mute, or I'm going to ask the clerk to mute Mule Creek because we are getting some background noise. So, Mr. Peterson, if you do need to communicate with your counsel at any point, you can let us know that by simply raising your hand so that we can unmute you. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Lotiger.
Thank you. So, we received the motion with all the attachments on January 9th. The AG's office, which also needed to be served, received the motion with the attachments exhibits on January 23rd. So we will be ready to file our response by 90 days from either of those dates. We're looking at either April 22nd from when the AG was served or April 18th from when we were served.
Okay. And so if that's going to be when you're going to be filing your responses or when you're going to be ready to file your responses, how much time would Mr. Peterson's counsel need to then file any replies?
So the judge has no problem manually manipulating her microphone to make sure it's in her face. These 2 lawyers need to be on the microphone.
Can't you hear them?
Not really. Not like the judge. The judge is just.
Do that again. Okay, you all right now?
They're just like.
All right. You finished?
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Your Honor, we would ask for 2 weeks.
Sorry.
Can I just inquire?
You're like my little Scott.
Concerning whether the district attorney's office intends to file a blanket opposition to both motions, or whether there are some specific items that they will be objecting to and others that they will not, with respect to the discovery motion. So if the court could inquire whether they intend to file a blanket motion opposing all requests, or if it's with respect to certain items, perhaps we could begin receiving the items that they are not objecting to.
I mean, I would expect that the counsel could handle that in the meet and confer process. So the people are entitled to an opportunity to respond. They can decide what the scope of their response is going to be. If you're going to need 2 weeks to respond to that, then I will set a hearing that contemplates that you will have time to file a reply, and I will have time to read all of the pleadings before we have the hearing. So let's see. If the people are looking at being ready to file their responsive pleadings by the 22nd of April, and counsel's going to need at least 2 weeks for the reply, then that would put us with a briefing finishing somewhere around May 6th. So we would be looking at hearing, I'd like at least 2 weeks to review the last of the pleadings. So somewhere on or after the 20th of May.
Your Honor, if I might,
Yes.
in terms of the timing of our response, I was speaking specifically about the DNA's motion.
Mhm.
We would already respond to that on that date.
Okay.
And then we would ask for an opportunity to file a response.
Okay, just I need to thank Murph for the 5 gifted memberships. Murph, you
Yes.
are amazing. A wonderful
Sa-
old friend of mine. Love you. Could you read them out, please, Sal?
Swept was gifted a membership.
Steve
It's
Swept.
Josie, the Franz, Tayo Toys, and Velu at 7.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Yay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Murph. And like I said, you're a awesome old friend of mine. When I say old friend, like, 8 months, something like that.
Well,
But in YouTube time, that's like 10 years. And all the things that
it's-
you've contributed to my time here on YouTube, I just can't even say. You've been so supportive. I just love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome everyone. And bye friends, you're new. You haven't had a membership here before. Welcome, and Value as well, I think. And thank you so much, everybody. I love it. Love you all. Now, what was just said, hang on, I just might go back a couple of seconds.
Finishing somewhere around May 6th. So we would be looking at hearing, I'd like at least 2 weeks to review the last of the pleadings. So somewhere on or after the 20th of May.
Your Honor, if I might,
Yes.
in terms of the timing of our response, I was speaking specifically about the DNA motion.
Mhm.
We'll be ready to respond to that on that date.
Okay.
And then we would ask for an opportunity to file a response to the discovery motion as well. And we would ask 90 days from the date we file the DNA motion to respond to the discovery motion.
Is there a reason that you need an additional 90 days beyond for the discovery motion, or why they can't go in parallel, Ms. Latimer?
Yes,
Or Mr. Harris?
Yes. As the court may have already seen in the pleadings, the defense pleadings in this particular case, specifically for the DNA motion, is 142 pages of pleadings, plus over 880 pages of exhibits that are attached. The exhibits came to us later than the initial pleadings, and so that's been one of the delays for us, having to go through each of those particular exhibits. The statute for the DNA motion does have a 90-day deadline. The statute for the discovery does not have a deadline. It's been interpreted by the court to be a reasonable time frame. We think that the DNA motion would also assist, having that resolved would also assist in some aspects as to the discovery motion, because specifically in the statute it says that the two do not work necessarily in conjunction.
Right.
Also, the discovery motion itself is another 62 pages with a large volume of exhibits for that as well. So we've been concentrating on trying to get the DNA motion, which does have the deadline done. A lot of the materials that we will have in the DNA response will be applicable to the discovery, but we just think a reasonable time period based on the size of these motions. It's not unreasonable to ask for another period of time.
Well, I guess the concern that I have about 90 plus 90 in terms of your responsive pleadings is that the Court of Appeal has issued a stay for a relatively limited period of time. We're working on a 6-month deadline before, and I understand that there is the potential for an extension of that deadline if there's additional good cause. And
Hey,
with the pleadings here and with the hearings here, determining the scope of the discovery would potentially be good cause. But given that they have sort of given us a 6-month time window to work with for what they think would be an initial opening, I'm concerned that setting a briefing schedule for that exhausts the entirety of that time period is not going to be viewed as potentially reasonable by them. So, and these two statutes, while I understand that a lot of the issues may be interconnected with the discovery the defense is seeking, I don't see a lot of what they're seeking in the 1054.9 motion appears to me to be in the nature of file reconstruction. Some of it, not so much, but there are things where essentially they're asking for missing date stamp numbers and other things that are referenced in reports that they already have.
Okay, so I think, like, from what I can tell, the judge is trying to get the amount of time down, which is good. So, like, the defendant's been in prison for 20 years, and that there is a deadline, she said, of 6 months. So, I think that she's trying to make it so that, like, there's a lot of discovery, but why do they need quite that long? Now, I just wanted to answer something. Hey, Dave, how are you? This wasn't brought up in my original slides, And obviously this is a first stream, and we'll be doing a bunch of streams, and I can't cover everything in this first some top level points. Yes, he was trying to leave the country with cash and a disguise. That was, I think, about 3 months or so after Lacey went missing, and he dyed his hair blonde, which was quite interesting. He looked quite different. He knew the cops were after him. Definitely, it was pretty obvious. Again, yeah, that counts against him for sure. That counts against him. A lot of the, I think you would call that circumstantial evidence. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence for sure. I'll count that one against him. Yep, cool. So again, I'm coming at this as if I were a potential juror going to this retrial, if he gets a retrial, and I have to say that he is innocent until proven guilty. Therefore, so if I were to walk into that courtroom, I have to go, you sir are innocent. You okay?
No, I just tried to pick up Babu and he farted. Oh God, that stinks.
Okay. All right. So Babu's not innocent of farting.
I thought it was Junior. I blamed Junior earlier. It was Babu. He's the culprit. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, so if he were innocent, then that one would count against him, in my view, as a juror. The whole leaving the country or trying to leave the country with cash in a disguise. Yep, that will count against him. It's not enough yet, though. I'd want more. Okay. So, what's it? Oh, hey, Tragic, how are you? Morning, people all sorts of being like, had to go vote compulsory. Yeah, I have to go vote today too.
Why?
Nice. Why? Because there's an election on. There's a local election. So yeah, got to go vote.
Everyone has to vote in America, even dead people.
You don't have to vote. We have to vote. It's compulsory here.
It was a joke. Dead people vote.
Yeah, he bleached his hair. Yes, he did. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, sorry. Did I miss some gifts? John!
Why don't you pull it up?
John, come and thank you so much. It's so sweet of you. Can you please read them out, Dolly?
Dave, Umberger, Mustang McCracken, McKinley Melanicon. She white? Malcolm Wilhelm, Markai Abinanti. Was gifted a membership by John Common.
Yay! And John, I know you're feeling a lot better, so thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Everybody who's been gifted a membership today, and there's been a few, I think there's been about 20 today. Oh, no. Make sure you head over to the membership tab and click on the link to the Discord. And if you have any trouble getting in, just tag a mod at MOD, tag a mod. Please join us because, like I said earlier, about 80% of our members haven't gone over to join the Discord, and it's so much fun. And the other reason is because the other reason is this is just starting the Scott Peterson coverage, and there's so much discovery. We're diving into the rabbit hole, and I'm going to be putting all of this stuff that I find into the Scott Peterson folder / channel, whatever it is, on Discord for us to all talk about and discuss. Oh, and also we'll be doing watch parties because there's all these documentaries and things to do with Scott Peterson. So it'll be fun, guys. Come and join. The link is underneath the membership tab. Make sure you join us. All right, let's keep going.
Understand why that couldn't be worked on in parallel. That's what I'm still waiting to hear. So if the people want to address that, I'd be happy to hear any argument on it.
Yes, sir. One of the things, as it relates to the discovery motion, there was a couple of issues. One is we believe it to be issue preclusion.
Holy shit! Is this the Wish.com Michael Bolton?
A motion that has been brought, has been litigated.
He's low. He can't talk in the microphone at all.
So because of that, we have to go
back
and we have to call out what has previously been dealt with, and that's requiring us again, to go back through things that are not necessarily in
Michael
their
Bolton.
materials, but it's in the
Damn it.
court record. We also believe that a lot of these items have been raised
John
and litigated as part of the initial appeal and also litigated as part of the first habeas.
John Bolton.
So because of that, and unfortunately, we will be providing to the court or asking the court to take judicial notice of the petition that was there because a lot of these issues have been raised and have been adjudicated. So because of that, there's a lot of back and forth from the record, and there is going to be a large amount of reading for both sides.
Okay, that brings up another point. The defense did make a request in the initial round of pleadings for the court to take judicial notice of the entirety of the trial court file, the entirety of the direct appeal, the entirety of the habeas proceedings, and all the Supreme Court proceedings, including all the pleadings. Is there any objection to that request from the people?
There is some portions, we have a portion of it in our response to the DNA motion to address that, but basically for the court, anything that is part of the record of the case that has been adjudicated, we have no objection to that being taken judicial notice of because it's a long process. What we do have a complaint about is there's a request from the petitioners.
Just one moment, J-Rock.
Judicial notice of their pleadings in these new proceedings. Those are hearsay.
Pause this?
And just because they've been filed does not make them admissible. So because of that, we will be objecting to those portions of their request.
Yes.
This guy looks like John Bolton.
I don't know who John Bolton is.
He's a guy in American
Hang on, what's
politics.
going on? Hang on. Why has things changed?
I changed them. Sorry.
Why?
I was trying to do a comparison to this guy.
Oh, okay, go on.
John Bolton. So does this guy want to nuke some Middle Eastern countries? John Bolton is a huge warmonger in the US who's always trying to be at war with every country. And he's got this creepy ass mustache. And
he does.
This
okay.
guy has the same mustache and looks just like him.
I don't think he looks just like him. The mustache is the same.
The mustache is the same. And it's the creepy mustache that does it for me.
He looks a little bit like, what's that guy who was going for president a few years ago? And there's that meme of him like all like that.
Bernie Sanders? No.
Yeah, him. Yeah, the other dude looks like Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah, like in the chair, freezing cold with
yeah, that guy. Yeah,
with the chairs.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a mustache, does he?
Bernie Sanders has a mustache, like Colonel Sanders. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, J-Rock.
Yeah. So.
2. Love you, J-Rock from number 7. Mwah.
Caroline Melinda Kraft from 2.0.
Tina!
Haired Bibble Lady and Disney Neard 85.
Yay!
We're gifted a membership. Rawr.
Welcome. Yay. Okay, so again, new members, please go and join us on the Discord. The link is underneath the membership tab. And we're going to be putting up some stuff to do with this case, and we're going to be having watch parties. Woohoo! J-Rock, love you, man. You're so cool. One of my great friends. And I've met so many of you guys over in Sean's chat. Sean mustn't be streaming right now, otherwise you guys would be over there.
I think he is.
Thank you for being here. I love all you guys. You're all just like great friends of mine. Such good supporters. Thank you so much. J-Rock, you're great. Let's keep going. Okay, so I don't want to miss any of this though, because what they're objecting to these portions of their request.
But the fact that there is a new petition and the previous court proceedings, those we don't have any objection to for judicial notice.
Okay. The reason I inquired was because since you had referenced that there were other parts of the file that you were going to be asking the court to take judicial notice of, I thought we might be able to get at least some of that out of the way. But if it's going to be covered in your responsive pleadings, I will wait to rule on any request for judicial notice until I see what the scope of the dispute is. All right. So let me hear from the defense on the proposed briefing timing and timing of potential new hearings.
Yes, Your Honor. We provided a very, very detailed informal request for discovery on November 14th, 4 months ago. So the district attorney's office has known for 4 months which specific items of discovery we are requesting. We gave them references to Bates pages. We gave them references to where in the police reports the items we're requesting are referred to. We we were very, very specific. We spent a lot of time trying to suss out what frankly are very alarming deficiencies in the discovery that was provided to the defense at the time of trial. Those are the items we're requesting. I agree it should not take 180 days for them to locate those items and provide them to us. The defense was entitled to those at the time of trial. Mr. Peterson has been waiting 20 years to find some of these police reports and audio recordings and video recordings that should have been provided. So I don't think that the nature of the request, it's not a fishing expedition. They're very precise, they're very specific, and we believe that they are probably very easily accessible. So we would ask that they begin providing the discovery that we are entitled to under 1054.9. The prior 1054.9.
Not a fishing expedition might not have been the best choice of words. But I like this lady, and she's getting to the point, and she's absolutely right. If she and her co-counsel put forth a very specific set of requests 4 months ago, and now they are standing back in court, and the state is saying they want another 180 days to respond. Come on now. And what she's saying is that all of this discovery should have actually been made available at the time of trial 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Come on. What's this is stupid. Right, so this is such a common thing. I mean, you look at like the case of Brian Koberger right now. Like his counsel, Ann Taylor, is coming across this problem right now, and he is up against the death penalty. He could get the death penalty just like this man got the death penalty, right? And his counsel is fighting tooth and nail to get discovery out of the state, and they are just doing everything they can to not hand over discovery, right? So here's this counsel here from the Innocence Project, LA Innocence Project. It's taken this long, and now they're still fighting to get discovery from the state. Why? Right? It's not right. It's just not right. It makes me so mad. It's like, if he's really guilty, what have they got to hide? What do they have to hide? Just hand it over and let it be tested. Let it be investigated. Let expert witnesses look at it. What's the problem?
That Mr. Harris referenced does not include what we are asking for. It related specifically, almost exclusively, to expert materials and other evidence that is not included in our motion. So we are eager to get our investigation underway and completed. The Court of Appeal did give us a very short time period within which to conduct our investigation. The materials we are asking for are reasonable. They're within the scope of 1054.9, and we would like to begin receiving that discovery as soon as possible.
Okay. So in terms of briefing schedule, the court is prepared to accept the proposal by the district attorney as far as the DNA testing motion is going. And so the response for the responsive pleadings on the DNA motion will be due no later than close of business, filed and served by April 22nd. Given the timetable that was contemplated by the Court of Appeal and the fact that essentially the discovery request was made prior to this motion being filed and prior to the Court of Appeal issuing their stay on the proceedings to allow these issues to be litigated in the trial court, I am inclined to agree with the defense that a request for an additional 90 days beyond the briefing on the 1054 issues is too long, given the timetable that the Court of Appeal has given us. In terms of the briefing for the 1054.9, because the requests are extensive, it's a 62-page discovery letter with a number of subparts. Some of it is specifically identified by missing date stamp numbers, but some of it is broader than that. So the court is inclined to go about 30 days beyond the briefing deadline on the DNA motion. And so if I'm looking at roughly the end of May for the 1054.9 reply, could you have it done on or before the 20th of May?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so May 20th will be the briefing deadline for the 1054.9. All right, and then with the, so if you're looking for at least 2 weeks for the reply, Ms. Mitchell, that your reply will be already done on the DNA before you get the responsive pleadings on the 1054.9. How much time do you contemplate you'll need for a reply on the 1054.9?
We could file our reply by June 3rd.
Okay, so reply pleadings for the defense on the DNA will be due, if you're looking for 2 weeks, that would put it May 6th. And reply pleadings for the 1054.9, you indicated June 3rd, so that's fine. Motion to seal. That is something that I think we probably can and should do before we deal with the substantive pleadings. And so I did not see a responsive pleading on the motion to seal. How much time do the people think that they would need on a responsive pleading to the motion to seal?
The only issue that we have as to the motion to seal, and this is why we have not filed something, is the documents in question that are being requested. The people have never been provided with.
Pretty sure he's trying to say he wants to.
We still do not know who these witnesses are. They're anonymous to us. So we're asking the court to order the petitioner to turn those over to us before we can actually decide one way or the other. But it's the people's position is we probably won't be objecting to the motion to seal based on what's alleged once we have that information.
Okay, Ms. Mitchell.
Your Honor, the identity of the witnesses whose names are redacted in the declarations that Mr. Harris is referring to have stated that they are fearful of retaliation by the Modesto Police Department if their names become known, and have asked that their names remain sealed. I would request that we perhaps have a conference in chambers to discuss this issue. It's sensitive to our ongoing investigation. There are a number of other witnesses who we have been investigating who are in a similar situation.
Okay, well, all I'm asking for essentially is a briefing schedule for the motion to seal. And there's a procedure that's set forth in the rules of court for a motion to seal in terms of lodging a pleading with the court that is the proposed sealing and the narrowly tailored nature of it and serving it on the opposing party. It appears that that actually hasn't been done in this case. All of the pleadings that were filed were essentially filed publicly, but with the redactions that you are proposing. So in terms of the procedure for the motion to seal, it is, I would say, somewhat unusual given the rules of court. And I anticipate that the parties will not be the only ones who want to be heard on the issue of the motion to seal, given the nature of the case. So let's set a briefing schedule. I'm not going to make any specific orders, and whether or not the motion is compliant with the rules of court and the proposed redactions are within the nature of the rules of court is something I'm going to rule on at the time of the motion. Not now when I have one motion, not a response, and not all the pleadings that I anticipate that I'm going to get on it. So how much time would the people need in order to be prepared to file a response to what is in the record?
2 weeks.
Okay, that's fine. So
he doesn't look too happy.
Any reply that you may
He's
have
being rushed.
to that, Ms. Mitchell, how much time would you need once you get the people's response?
1 week, please, Your Honor.
Okay, so 2 weeks from today is the 26th of March. So people's response will be due March 26th, close of business. And you said 1 week, Ms. Mitchell, for your reply. That would put it about April 3rd. So April 3rd for motion to seal reply. And we will need to set, let's set a hearing date on the motion to seal, and then hearing dates on the DNA and the 1054.9. The hearing date on the motion to seal can be earlier. So that'll be, we'll do that first. Proposals from council if we're looking at April 3rd for the close of briefing, and the court will need about a week to review on the motion to seal.
She does seem
So
sharp.
anytime after April 15th is fine. What's council's preference?
We can do April 16th.
April 16th is fine for us. It's fine for the court.
All right, let me just check the court schedule.
She's not messing about. Hey, J-Roll.
April 16th, so that's fine. April 16th, 9 a.m. motion to seal. And Ms. Mitchell, is Mr. Peterson going to want to be personally present for that or continue to appear electronically?
My understanding is to appear electronically.
Murph, didn't you already give 5 memberships?
Accurate.
Saying I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
And can we, let's go
Go back
ahead
a
and
sec.
ask to unmute for that.
Oh, boy.
That's fine. April 16th.
Pause.
April 16th.
Just a second. I just want to hear what this last bit that the defense attorney said.
We can do April 16th.
April 16th for what?
It's fine for us. It's fine.
Close the briefing,
Your
and the
mom?
court is going to take, the court will need about a week to review on the motion to seal. So anytime after April 15th is fine. What's council's preference?
So
Okay.
April 16th.
We can do April 16th.
Okay.
April 16th.
Okay. So we have another hearing on April 16th. Sweet. Murph, didn't you already give 5 memberships? Did you just give 5 more? I think she already had, but that's amazing.
Yeah, she did. Silly
Oh,
girl.
you're amazing.
sweet.
Goodness me. Wow. Thank
Wow.
you.
Intellectual iconoclasm was gifted a membership by Murph's Turf. Alexei Carney was gifted a membership by Murph's Turf. Sounds like a Russian. Hutta was gifted a membership by Murph's Turf. C. Sauter was gifted a membership. And David Nielsen was gifted a membership.
Thank you so much. Big hug for you. Big hug for you. Thank you, Murphy Turpy. You're awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we get to see the part where we cross over to the Zoom link on the Mr. Peterson himself. Murph, I love you. I just love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And welcome to the new members. Welcome to the new members. And join us on our Discord. It's under the membership perks. Click the link. There's also a little video there to help you if you have any trouble with getting in. There is a little walkthrough video there that I made.
Or just contact a mod.
Or contact a mod.
Yeah. C-Swept and...
At mod.
Young. Oh, at mod. Yeah.
At mod. Yeah.
All right. Let me just check the court schedule. Yeah, I'm free April 16th, so that's fine. April 16th, 9 a.m. motion to seal. And Ms. Mitchell, is Mr. Peterson going to want to be personally present for that or continue to appear electronically?
My understanding is that his preference is to appear electronically, but he can correct me if that is not accurate.
Okay, and let's go ahead and ask to unmute for that.
Right.
Muted.
Sir, I can't hear you. Boomer, muted. Come on. No, I still can't hear you, sir. Come on, let's talk. Boomer. I didn't know.
All right, Mr. Peterson, we're contemplating an April 16th hearing on the motion to seal the pleadings or parts of the pleadings in this matter. Are you going to want to appear via Zoom or in person for that?
Zoom is fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Then for hearing dates on the DNA motion in the 1054.9, what's the party's preference in terms of hearing those together or separately?
Sean is...
We would prefer to
Sean is Scott Peterson.
As soon as possible so that if there is going to be testing ordered, we can get that started.
Dina, no!
Okay, that's fine. So if the briefing on the DNA motion is going to be completed by May 6th, then if I need a couple of weeks to read the pleadings, then we're looking at the last week of May. So any preference by counsel during the week of May 27th for the hearing on the DNA motion, and what is the time estimated necessary for that argument?
We can be available on the 28th, Tuesday the 28th.
Okay.
That is the day after Memorial Day, so I don't know if that's going to cause travel problems or any issues with the court's calendar.
I don't have any plans on Memorial Day, but if counsel do and they would prefer to go to the 29th or sometime later in the week, that's fine.
29th is fine.
Okay, and do we think it'll be anything more than a full day?
I don't think it should be more than a full day.
Ms. Mitchell?
Having not seen their opposition, I can't say, but I would hope not more than a day.
Okay, we'll block off a full day for it. So, and it may not take that long, but we'll be prepared if it does. May 29th at 9 a.m. for the DNA testing motion.
Oh, yes,
then,
we're on.
The
29th.
Oh, and so in terms of the DNA testing motion, Ms. Mitchell, do you know if Mr. Peterson has a preference in terms of Zoom or personal appearance?
I believe his preference is Zoom.
Is that correct, Mr. Peterson?
Yes, Your
Okay, so that'll be via Zoom. Okay, and then we'll need to schedule the 1054.9 hearing. If the briefing is going to close on that on June 3rd, then we will need, if court needs, that is going to run into some travel plans that I have, and I'm going to need to step off the bench briefly to confirm exactly when I am returning because it's an extensive absence in June. So let me step off the bench briefly, consult my calendar, and let you know after essentially when I'm going to be returning and when I will be available for that, and then we'll discuss dates. So we'll take a brief recess.
She's got a booty call. God damn it.
Okay, so I just put that in chat. So we'll be covering that 29th of May. It's a DNA testing motion, and that will be 9 a.m. PST. That's what you call it, isn't it? PST?
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be California time.
I may
So
be
that's-
out of town, but I'm
So that's
checking now.
1 p.m., isn't it? Eastern?
+3, so 12 p.m. Eastern.
12, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
12 Eastern, right. Which is good for me because it means that I don't have to be up from midnight. I can be up from, I don't know, 3 a.m.
Yeah. I'm checking my email now because I have to go out of town because Papa Bear wants a fishing trip.
Papa Bear. Oh, a fishing trip. Isn't that ironic?
I may have to miss this hearing because of a fishing trip.
Fishing trip.
Okay, there's a good chance I can still make it. If it's happening, then on my fishing vacation, I'll take my mic and camera and make sure my dad.
You can be there by a
laptop.
On your fishing cam?
No. No, it's a cabin by a lake. I'll make sure we're at the lake that day fishing. And I'll just go and be like,
because you had to go fishing.
Papa Bear, can you go fishing? Rent a boat.
Yeah.
I got a hearing to attend to.
Yeah. You have a hearing to attend to, yes. All right, hang on. So I don't know why I'm not fast forwarding.
The court's availability for the 1054.9 motion,
Scott's
I'm
not
going to have
laughing.
to go until after July 1st. So, counsel, I'm looking at sometime during.
Oh,
if
wait,
I'm
no,
gonna be
no,
meetings
damn
after
it, you
return,
just
I'm gonna be
ruined the
looking at
joke,
sometime during
woman.
the week of July 15th.
Oh, damn.
You just ruined the joke because you couldn't get your schedule in order.
Okay, July 15th, 9 o'clock, and in terms of your client's appearance preference, Ms. Mitchell, also Zoom or in person for that one?
I'll be there.
Okay, Mr. Peterson, is that correct?
What date was it again? July what?
July 15th.
Still muted.
You still, boomer. You're still muted. Touch the button. Can you touch it? Can you not find it? Good Lord.
Stop yelling.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Then
I'm gonna turn your mic down,
last
man.
housekeeping matter, the court did to the court's department email receive an ex-parte communication from apparently some kind of a spectator. I read about one sentence of it, enough to realize it was an ex-parte communication, did not read any further, and counsel have been provided, as I understand from the clerk, copies of that email. Did both counsel receive it? Okay, thank you. And the court is not going to be reviewing any incoming email to that inbox in the future to avoid that issue occurring in the future. So people shouldn't bother to email. Okay, is there anything else either council needs to take up for today's date before we recess?
Mark Jensen did it, right?
We received a number of inquiries from members of the press and media asking for copies of the motions we filed. We have not provided.
Well, I was really hoping to cover this fishing, but you know.
Apparently they are not on the court's website, and so I'm just asking for guidance. Is there any issue with us providing the motions, or is the court planning to put them on the website so they are available?
I don't have any plans in that regard while the motion to seal is pending, at least, and I have not made any orders about what counsel may or may not do in terms of their communication with media. Okay.
So,
and one of the things that Judge DeLucchi did during the trial, because of the media attention and not wanting to be distracted by additional requests that would come in from the media once a motion was filed, his position was that he would take the motions filed by either side and he would hold them from being put on the website or from public filing until the other side responded, because a lot of times that resolved some of the issues or questions that may have arisen. So we would suggest that might be a possibility here as well.
The difficulty, and I think part of this, Mr. Harris, is that the court's filing procedures have changed since Judge DeLucchi was the file. We don't have a lot of control over when things come in now because it's all electronic filing. So I don't actually see it until the clerk's office processes it. So while I appreciate the suggestion, it's not consistent with our mandatory filing procedure. So thank you all. Okay.
Okay, so hang on a minute. So did she just say that they don't have to, hang on. So the result of that, like they don't actually, they're not going to put the motions up for people to see until, did she even make a ruling on that?
I don't think so.
I don't think she made a ruling.
No.
Guys, am I wrong or not? Like, did she?
Well, I don't know, California, you may not be able to see the motions.
Well, okay. So defense asked her if it was okay for her to share the motions, or are they going to be on the website? And she said, I haven't made a ruling on that. And then the prosecution said, oh, can we make sure that there's like a chance to respond before we put the rulings out, put the motions out there? And then the judge was really wishy-washy. I don't think that she said either way what the outcome was going to be. So I thought otherwise the judge was quite good. Like, she was straight down the line and said, okay, no, you can't have that much time. We need to keep it to this much time for the responses to the discovery, and we're going to set dates for everything. But that last bit, I just saw nothing. Was this, sorry, Ariel? July 29th will be live. Everything looks like it's live. Like, that was live. That was live streamed the other day. So I don't see why the future ones wouldn't be live.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be live. J-Rock, it's electronic docketing with public access. Okay, thank you, J-Rock. Awesome.
Because some states you can't get public access, so yeah.
Yeah. Nothing's on the 16th of April now, because they said it was going to be on the 16th of April, and then judge walked away and looked at her schedule and said, no, actually, I can't do that. So it's now going to be, hang on, let me go back to my thing. It's now going to be, and I'll put it back in chat, it's going to be on the 29th of May, and that's the DNA testing motion. So there we go, 29th of May, DNA testing motion, and that's 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that would be 12
May or
Eastern. May. That's the DNA testing motion.
Okay.
What? There's something else in July.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something else in July. But don't worry, guys. I'm going to go back through the hearing, and I'm going to do I'm going to go through the transcript and go through all of the dates and confirm everything. Okay, so don't stress. I will put a community post up, and you'll see everything. April 16th is the hearing too, Hella. I'm not sure what that is.
We
then,
need to go
Ariel.
through it because they were. It was kind of not clear.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was just a minor one that he's not even at. So, but I will still cover it. We'll still cover it if there is, if there's anything at all to cover, we'll do it. It's the proceeding, whether the proceedings will be sealed. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Ariel. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. We'll look at that too. Yes. So I'll go back through the transcript and I'll find all the dates and I'll write next to them what they're all for. Even like just so I know, so I can make sure that we cover everything. But I'll tell all you guys as well. Okay. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you have the heavy notification bell on so that you get the notification that I put a post up. If you are a member, if you got a membership today, congratulations, because I think like 30 or more membership gifts were given out. Thank you to everyone who gave out membership gifts. Really appreciate that so much. If you're a member, go over to the membership tab, go to the link there to the Discord and come and join the Discord, because I'll also be putting into the folder or channel there called Scott Peterson is Free Scott Peterson or something silly like that. By the way, I don't necessarily think he's not guilty. I just am I'm being the good juror. And yeah, I'll be putting up anything I find out about dates and things like that. Also, I haven't yet decided when these streams will run. Now seems like an okay time, but also Friday nights, lots of stuff happens on Friday nights in YouTube land. So tonight's a bit of a quiet night, but I'm not sure whether or not Friday night's the best night for this. I'm thinking maybe Monday nights might be good, but I'd like a little bit of feedback from people. So maybe if you give me a little bit of an idea what you think, yeah, maybe Monday nights if you're planning on watching documentaries on him, oh yeah, we're planning on not making documentaries, watching documentaries and watch parties on the Discord. Absolutely, we'll be doing that. We will absolutely be doing that. How far did we get? I had to jump. We did the whole hearing that was played the other night, or happened the other day, sorry. So we watched the whole hearing, and yeah, we'll be doing more. So yeah, David, we were just talking about what would be a good day of the week to do these streams. Yeah, I'm thinking we might do another one, maybe Monday, about maybe an hour later. Sorry, Dali, but 5 p.m. California time is not really that great either. So maybe 6 p.m. California time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I probably can join, but that's okay. Hella will take the reins, and
of course I'll take the reins. Of course I'll take the reins. We'll miss you, but you'll be in chat, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
I might be able to pop in for a little bit, like in the beginning,
yeah.
So.
Oh, you like Wednesdays, David? Wednesdays could work. Wednesdays could work.
I like
Would you be able to pop in on Wednesdays, maybe just a little bit?
Morticia is more my speed.
I'll talk to you about that, David.
It's an Addams Family reference. Please laugh.
But I really want to make sure that people who are in that part of the world, like on the western side of America, like they might not be at work, watching other trials and things like that. So it's really hard, I know, but you guys, like, with your 3 hours of time changes.
Thank you, C-Swept.
Difficult, yeah. All right, that's about it. Hang on, we just might see who else is running at the moment.
See, there are some people that get my humor.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy talking.
Typical.
Also, happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Paddy's Day. St. Paddy's Day.
Oh.
It's St. Paddy's Day. You know that, don't you? It's St. Paddy's Day? Yeah, it is. Cool. All right. No, we'll just stream it. Okay, it's cool. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye. Make sure that what I will do is I'm going to send you guys over to be prepared
to my OnlyFans.
To my Hearsay for Days, which is Sunday. So go over to there and press the notification bell on that.
Also, guys, I am currently working on a stream involving the Hannah Gutierrez trial. I may have gotten some evidence from the trial. And I'm currently putting together a stream in the next few days. Hope to announce it. But it's very spicy.
Pretty good. It's pretty spicy. I've seen it. It's pretty cool.
And there is one reference to a dick pic.
Only one?
Not joking.
Only one? Are you feeling okay?
Only one.
Are you feeling okay? Oh,
I know. Like these trials cannot, like these dick pics cannot get away from me. Like every trial I try to like get into was just like, dick pics.
They can't get away from you? Really? Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Stop acting like I'm the moth.
You are. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. There'll be more of this. Please keep your notifications on. It'll be either Monday night or Wednesday night, and it's most likely to be about 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time. And that is 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, late. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And we'll be diving deeper into this. There's going to be plenty more. Thank you for all the gifted memberships. Thank you, mods. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.